Hello and welcome to UWS News. I'm Olivia Ogilvie.
And I'm Christopher Duffy.
Today, UWS staff and students voice their opinions on the medicinal legalisation of MDMA. Here's Ryan McDougall with more on this story.
MDMA is now in its final stages towards being approved to treat post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm here today at UWS Air where I interviewed Stuart Kerr, a mental health nurse, on his opinions on this.
Well, drugs are drugs, and there's a fine line between appropriate use of drugs and inappropriate use of drugs, and there's been trials that support the fact that people who take ecstasy along with their psychotherapy have a reduction in symptoms overall.
I also spoke to a few students around the campus to find out what their opinions were.
I feel like the danger of it is what worries me more than anything. The benefits could outweigh that, but it's such a volatile drug.
Well, I think if it's shown to help people, then definitely I think you should use it. But then again, if it does have detrimental effects and causes brain damage, the brain damage is a massive thing, can influence somebody's life majorly.
I think that if it's getting used medically, it's definitely going to be beneficial. I don't think it should be legalised for recreational purposes, but if it's going to help people's illnesses in any way, shape or form, then definitely.
So as you can see, the attitudes at UWS regarding the legalisation of MDMA for medicinal purposes has been generally positive. Ryan McDougall, UWS News, Air.
Time magazine's decision to name Donald Trump as their Person of the Year following his successful presidential campaign has been met with mixed reaction. Amy McGhee gathers the thoughts and opinions of staff and students at UWS.
This week, Donald Trump has been named Time magazine's Person of the Year for 2016. We spoke to students at UWS Air about their feelings on this.
What do you think of it?
To be fair, I've heard a lot of people complaining about it, but I think it's justified. Like, he has been the most influential person. It's been in all the headlines, but it's not exactly meant to be the best Person of the Year. I'm sure a lot of people aren't arguing that, but certainly influential.
You cannot say that Trump is a good guy. He's not. He's done all the stuff that if he wasn't Trump and he wasn't if he didn't have so much money, then he would be in jail right now.
I spoke to the
he wasn't wearing one of those hats, was he? Was he wearing one of those hats? And he never will.
First thing you got to remember, of course, is that Time Person of the Year doesn't mean that Time thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread. The award is, of course, given to the person who has, I forget what the exact time vernacular is, but has had the greatest influence or impact upon events of the year, and there's no doubt that he has certainly had an impact. Put this way, a year ago we were all laughing at the guy.
Amy McGhee, UWS News, Air.
Yesterday at UWS Paisley campus, Alliance held an event to discuss the future of health and social care in Scotland. Liam Menzies talked to attendees to hear how things can be improved.
Consisting of over 500 organisations and 1,000 individuals, Alliance are focused on improving the state of health and social care in Scotland. These individuals come from a range of backgrounds, including those who are disabled and are carers. We talked to attendees to see what they think the future of health and social care should look like in Scotland.
Actually, a lot of organisations, voluntary and group work or particular issues, they're starting to move towards emphasis on programmes that have been tried and tested in a particular context. So say it's a parenting group or say it's a child nurturing group or whatever else. And there's a move towards that so it can be measured, so you have clear outcomes and where you're going to be and where you're going to end. And that's quite unrealistic with society because
I think it should look like that as nurses we are given time to be able to care for our patients and holistically and fully. At the moment I have 10 patients on day shift. It's just far too many when you've got patients who have got deteriorating health needs, as well as you need to do discharge assessments and you speak to doctors and speak to relatives. You're so short staffed and your time is completely crunched that.
With future leaders like this, things for health and social care are looking bright. Liam Menzies, UWS, Paisley.
One of the key speakers at the Alliance event was Paralympic gold medalist Jo Butterfield. Chris Doyle spoke to her about the importance of events like these for future leaders and organisations.
The University of West of Scotland in Paisley, where Alliance Scotland has organised an event with future leaders to improve health and social care in Scotland. Alliance managed to team up with Jo Butterfield, a Paralympic gold medalist who had some inspiring words for the audience.
Who Jo is. The only time we reach our true potential is when we rise to the challenges that life presents to us. And for me, that's Jo Butterfield.
I can't complain. And I think that even when I started back then, the goal was always real. It was about, going to a Paralympics. That's what everyone spoke about. When I first started, everyone said it was never going to happen. For me, it was way too short.
I think the biggest one that I can say is like never give up. It's cliche and it's sort of, but I've been told too many times that I would have been to do something. I wouldn't be sat here with the Paralympic gold medal if I hadn't have said, well, why can't I do it? Let me try, see what I can do.
The event was a huge success, and there is no doubt Jo's message will help our future leaders tackle the problems of health and social care in Scotland. Chris Doyle reporting from Paisley.
This has been UWS News. Goodbye.
Goodbye.